Hello guys, welcome back to the PostgreSQL tutorial. Today I will teach you how to create and delete a table in a database. So again, this will have two methods. One will be by pgadmin, that is by the GUI method, and one would be by the SQL server. So you could open the SQL shell again and just log in with your password. And as we have created the database test last time, so we would be using that database, so we should connect that to that database, that is /c test. And I have this message now: you are now connected to database test as user Postgres. So now I will be creating a table in the test database. So what I will do is this: create table company id integer or int is my primary key, and this is not null. Not null means that this variable cannot be empty, or it has to have some value. It cannot be empty. And primary key means that this is the value that will determine the other values in the table. That is, this is the primary value, or this has to be the unique value in the table. So this is my id. Next I will write name, that is of type text, and again this is not null. Then I will write age, integer type and not null. Again address, that is character type of 50, the size, and this can be null. And the salary of real type data, so this can be null too. And see, I get the confirmation, create table. So now I will just describe this schema. You could use /d to describe, and you can see that I have a relation or a table company in the Postgres. Now let us create one more table. Create table department and I will have an id, department id of integer type. That will be the primary key. Next I will have and this should be not null. Next I will have department name, that will be of character type, size is 50, and this cannot be null. And next I will have an employee id, that is of an integer type, and again not null. So see, see, now we have created this table again. You could see I get the confirmation. Now I will describe the table again, and you could see that I have two tables now, that is company and department. Now this is done with this method. Now I will show you how to do it by pgadmin 3, and that is the GUI method. So now if I open test, I could first refresh it so that I could get the data. Now you see I have two tables here, that is company and department already created. Now I will create one more table for you. You could just right click and add new table. You could do it by this method, the company and department too, if you want to create. This is the easier method, and the name would be student supposedly, and you could write the columns, that is add, and you could write the id, student id. The data type would be integer. You could select many data types available here. You could see all the data types that are supported by PostgreSQL, and you could see that. Now this will be, definition would be not null, and you could do OK. So this is created. You could add one more, that is the name supposedly, and the data type would be text, and this would be not null again. You could see okay, and you could see that I have created two. Now you could add the primary key to this. The ID could be the primary key. You should go to constraints, primary key. You could see you could add, go to columns, and column would be the ID. Click on add and OK. Now you would see nothing here because by default this is this, and you could click OK and you could see it again. For the confirmation student, you could click properties, and if you see the constraints, you will see the primary key appear now. This is the student primary key, that is the ID. So this was all for adding a table from this. One more method was that you could select an SQL from here and copy paste the queries, or you can run the queries that you were running in the shell here. It would give you the same result. So this is the third method. Now to delete that, you could just right click and delete drop, and you could click yes, so it would delete. I would not do it by this way. I will rather choose the SQL method, the shell method. Now I will show you how to delete it by shell. Could open the shell and just write drop table student, and you could see that it has been dropped. So thank you for watching this tutorial. Subscribe for more and stay tuned for more updates.